It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming #1. It's the Cardinals and the Chargers under the lights on Monday night.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's coming off of a truly remarkable rookie season where he quieted a lot of his doubters in a most emphatic fashion. Remember, going into the draft, many thought he was the #2 quarterback coming out of college. He proved quickly he was a top quarterback going into the NFL. One of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in recent memory. And what's scary about it, he's not even close to reaching his ceiling.
2nd and 10. Now Stroud. Flushed out right. And some room to run now. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
From the gun, here's Goff. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he slings one that's incomplete. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Stroud to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
This is taken at the 18. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Ayuk goes in motion. And they'll fake the jet sweep, and instead of give up the middle to Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Goff. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Cards are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud.
And that's complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. 3rd and goal, Stroud. This is caught. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Now Younghoe Koo, who of course used to kick for the Chargers, on for the field goal.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Here's Goff. The tally there, minus 8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They'll come up 2nd and 7 as they've got it as we resume action. A shotgun snap to Stroud. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. And Stroud now to throw. And it's complete to Adams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-2 matchup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Stroud off the play fake.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This one swung out to Williams.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A short throw to Musgrave.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Boye Mafe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right on the 30.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Goff. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. On the counter, here's Williams.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Stroud working out of the gun. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, with the problems they've had giving away the football in this first half, they've got to be over the moon that this is still a tie ball game. So here's where a quarterback has to move the turnovers to the back of his mind and focus on the present. And that's a good throw there to pick up a first down.
That'll be caught by Foreman.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Stroud to throw it. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. That'll make it 1st and 15. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. Joe Mixon, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. James Conner, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Nico Collins, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Here's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Now it's gone. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Just his second catch of the game.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Goff now looking to throw. And Cook has it left side. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Here's Goff.
He'll find Williams on the slant. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Goff throwing again.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Gone.
Got a man. It's London.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
2nd down and 4.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Back to throw, Goff.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's got it to Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Kyron Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Jake Moody now for the point after.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. James Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Goff. Over the middle, caught by London. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To throw is Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and 1 yard. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Goff. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The football going back over to Arizona now. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And remember, this is a running back that fumbled on the previous drive, but fortunately for them, nothing came of it. And I think when that happens, sometimes coaches can lean a little more on forgive and forget. So he's right back out there and running again.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Bobby Okereke making that tackle. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Stroud looking to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Barkley inside handoff. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Now Stroud. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. C.J. Stroud. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
A solid stiff arm. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Smith and Jigba in motion right. Stroud sets up the play action. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Stroud working out of the gun. This one goes out wide for Barkley. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back stepping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a 1st down.
The throwing again is Stroud. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
It's caught here by Adams. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Here's Stroud.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
The Cardinals offense and Devontae Adams set to take over once more, and he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. They're complete to Smith and Jigba.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chargers' 39-yard line.
Stroud will look to throw once more. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Stroud to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. it's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, here's Agnew. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. The home team's offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. Pass complete. It's Adams.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Now Stroud.
Flush to his right.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for the Chargers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.